Justin's first, right?
Yes.
I mean, up the top. What? A baby? What? As our rumors get started.
Oh no, don't.
Three, two, one.
Happy Hump Day. What, what?
Oh, we did that. That's good.
Yeah, we get.
Very
Look
good.
at us.
Hey, thanks for joining
Completely
us
vibing together.
this morning. Yeah, we're hanging out here at what are we in the newsroom?
We're in the. This is
We're
the
in the newsroom?
David. This is the newsroom.
Don't start on me already.
Hey, we were in yesterday for KSAT News Now. Myself, David, and Justin Horn, and we had so much fun.
Yep.
We decided to do it one more time.
So once again, this is our bite-sized streaming newscast and daily podcast. That means you can listen to it later and get all the fun once again.
Isn't that magical?
I love that.
I love that so much. I love podcasts. It is Wednesday, July. I almost said June. Wow.
What's your table?
Oh my gosh. Do you want to fix it right now?
I know. I guess. You need a wrench and a screwdriver.
It is July 20th. We have a lot of news to get to today.
Okay, first off, President Biden is expected to address the extreme heat. Toys R Us making a comeback, and now Google is honoring one of the Uvalde victims in a very special way.
Oh my gosh, I read that story. I started tearing up, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is very emotional. But first, we do have some breaking news, Justin, to our newsroom. The Associated Press, they're reporting that Uvalde's superintendent is now recommending that the district Fire District Police Chief Pete Arredondo.
Now, this is expected to be taken up at a special board meeting coming up this weekend. Our Jonathan Cotto is going to have more details for us. He's on this story, and he'll have those details for us coming up on KSAT 12 News at noon. So join us then for that.
Absolutely. But the big talk that we've been talking about, I guess, all summer long, and we're gonna kind of talk to that a little bit about what President Biden's talking about, is the heat. I mean, it is.
We laid a challenge on Justin and his audience earlier today.
Okay.
I don't know if he's taken up that challenge yet. The challenge was to have people give us some ideas on creative ways to deal with the heat.
I put it out there.
Did you?
Asked people to send in their KSAT Connect pictures.
Yeah.
I don't know that we've got any
Okay,
yet.
so send some
The
in.
challenge is still there.
Yeah.
You know what I've been doing?
Yep.
I've been trying to find large retail stores to go walking in. I don't want to call it mall walking.
Why
But
not?
like, because it's like sometimes it's Lowe's walking, Home Depot walking.
see.
You can really get your steps in.
So is that why you've been walking around the station in circles?
Have you- I'll do that early in the morning, like in between like shows and stuff. I walk.
But do you take the credit card with you?
I always have it because I feel bad, so I always buy like a water, or I'm always like, oh, I think I need a can of mosquito spray, or I don't know, whatever I need from
You
a
always need
hardware store.
something.
Yeah,
Gotta walk out there with a box of screws or something.
yeah. You never. I'm like, I have no clue what I'm doing, but I'll buy something.
Go home and show your husband, hey, I got a hammer today.
Yeah.
And why did you? Because I was walking around the store, felt bad.
Felt
Had to buy
bad.
something. Bought a hammer.
Oh, that is a creative way to stay cool, for sure, and we hope we get some more pictures on that. You know, the heat has been borderline ridiculous, right? It's not just here, it's across the whole country. But one of the things we usually look to this time of year is tropical weather to get us some rainfall and cool us down a little bit. So far, it has not happened. But I want to ask you guys a question, our trivia question today. How many hurricanes have made landfall in Texas since 2010?
I'm gonna go. Oh, I'm sorry. We have to give our what's it called?
Yeah, your choices are 3, 5, 8, and 10.
I'm gonna go with D10 because we've just had crazy. I feel like after last year, and even if like they're not big hurricanes,
Yeah.
maybe like small hurricanes.
So this is just hurricanes, not tropical storms and tropical depressions. So keep that in
I'm
mind.
still gonna go with 10.
Okay.
I think Justin just told me I'm wrong.
See that you now that you cleared that up. It has been 12 years though, and we haven't had really anything significant this year. We haven't had a hurricane this year.
True.
So I'm going with 8.
You're going what? 8?
8 hurricanes.
8.
8 hurricanes.
Okay. Well, this may surprise me. The answer is 3.
Wait, what?
Oh, you're wrong. Come on.
I mean,
Wait, what are the hurricanes?
well, we're about to point that out.
Oh.
Tell you.
If my clicker will work. There we go. Harvey in 2017.
Yeah,
We know about that
okay.
one. That was a category 4. Hannah in 2020, category 1. And then Nicholas last year. But before Harvey, if you remember, 2010 to 2017, basically nothing.
Really?
It was very quiet.
Did we just have like a lot of like close calls?
We had a couple tropical storms, and most of it missed us to the east. It was also sort of just quiet in the tropics in general.
But like last year, you went through the whole. Wasn't it last year you went through the whole list of names?
That's right.
We
had
even
a
got into
record-
That's why I
record
thought,
number.
Greek alphabet.
And we've had some that have narrowly missed us, like Laura. We've had, you remember, Laura hit just east of the Sabine River in Louisiana. So there
Yeah.
are some exceptions there, but that's what we're looking at. We'll see if the tropics pick up, guys, as we get into the next couple of months. Here's why. So we look, this is the calendar of hurricane season, and we're still really early on. It has been really quiet, but we're early on. We're right here in this range. Once we get into August, things will really start ramping up, and then by September, that's when we hit our peak, September 10th. So the blue color there are named storms, orange color are hurricanes, and you can see hurricanes, named storms really ramp up next couple of months. We'll see what happens. But as we look out over the Atlantic right now, absolutely nothing. No development expected over the next 5 days, according to the Hurricane Center. We can't hardly even find a tropical wave out there. There's one coming off the coast of Africa. We'll see what that does. But otherwise, it is clear across the entire Atlantic. It is forecast to be an above-average season. It just has not really got underway yet. The other, of course, big story is the heat. Where are temperatures going to go today? And I think they're going to be pretty extreme across parts of North Texas and Oklahoma. 106 Oklahoma City, 107 Wichita Falls, 108 in Dallas. It got up to 115 yesterday in Wichita Falls. That was almost as hot as Death Valley. Death Valley was at 120, just to give you some perspective. So it has just been incredibly, incredibly hot, dangerously so. And this heat is spreading east now. So places like New York City, Boston, they're going to be dealing with heat advisories and heat issues today as well, just like us here in Texas. We have heat advisories and excessive heat warnings in effect for much of Texas this afternoon. and really a large portion of the southeast too, as our high kind of switches spots. High temperatures today, 104 here in town, 101 Fair Oaks Ranch, 100 in Bernie, 101 Canyon Lake, and then our heat index gets up as high as 105, 106. So we know how that feels. It's not great, and that's why there is some danger out there with the excessive heat warning in place. 102 Thursday, 101 Friday, 101 Saturday, 102 Sunday. Stop me if you've heard this story before. We're just kind of going down the same path here. Hopefully by the middle part of next week, the high moves enough to where maybe we can get a few isolated showers in here, but it's not looking great. The rain chances have just been pretty pitiful, and our rainfall for the year has just been awful.
You're wearing out the 1 on your keyboard.
I'm telling you, too many numbers. And I've been having to go out and water my plants every other night.
By hand.
Oh, I do it
My water bill
every
is
day.
just
Going up there.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm still shocked that your hurricane, the number of hurricanes since 2010 is only 3. I would have.
You know, I lived in Corpus Christi from like 2010 to 2016. How did I not know that?
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's all because I was covering a lot of tropical storms down there during that time, so maybe I just figured, oh, of course, it includes hurricanes.
I mean, if you think about it, though, it is hard on average to get a hurricane here in Texas.
Yep.
Everything has to kind of play out correctly, but we'll see what happens this year.
But there is Justin Horn with fun facts to know and tell.
There you go.
See?
Thank you,
Write that down.
Justin. And as we just saw those triple digits on the screen, record-setting heat bears down not just on us, but millions of Americans across the country. And today, President Joe Biden is expected to lay out plans to help the climate crisis.
He's going to be in Massachusetts at an ex-coal plant to give details on plans that include new funding for communities facing extreme heat, along with steps to boost the offshore wind industry.
His plans also include funding for a program that helps local communities expand flood control and another that helps low-income families pay for heating and cooling costs.
Now, the White House is telling us that Biden is not expected to declare a national climate emergency in Wednesday's speech, but they are promising that additional executive actions could come if Congress fails to act.
All right, and we have another quick update on that House vote that we told you about yesterday. So the House overwhelmingly approved that vote that would protect same-sex and interracial marriage.
Democrats argued intensely to codify marriage equality, while Republicans actually didn't put up much of a fight. Instead, leading Republicans portrayed the bill as just pretty much unnecessary amid other issues facing the nation.
And as for our Texas leader, Representative Tony Gonzalez from San Antonio was the only House Republican to vote in favor of the legislation. Other leaders like Ted Cruz have been vocal about their opinion.
Yeah, next the bill goes to the Senate, where other controversial rights are also on the table, including abortion. However, the Same-Sex Marriage Act is probably not going to pass the Senate, the one that they passed the House last night. So.
No, probably not. All right, if you have tissues nearby, get them ready, because this one really, this got me in my heart. Okay, so as the nation has come to know the victims of the Uvalde school shooting, and even on KSAT, we are making sure we remember their names with special tribute to each of those 21 victims. But Google is doing something special to honor one of those students who had a special love for art.
10-year-old Alicia Haven Ramirez loved to draw and make art. There's some of it right there. Before she passed, she submitted a drawing to the Doodle for Google contest. The winner gets their doodle featured on the search engine.
So the contest is for students from kinder to 12th grade, and they also win scholarship money. In honor of Alicia, you can find her submission featured at the top of the contest page.
You can also find a quote from her that read, "I want the world to see my art and show the world what I can do. I want people to be happy when they see my passion in art." Well, her wishes come true, because the world's going to get to see her art. That's the thing about Google. Everybody gets to see
Everyone
that,
sees it. Thank you, Google, for making that possible.
Awesome
and Alicia, your art definitely is making a lot of people happy. All right, switching gears.
You know, it is hump day.
Yes, we did clarify it's hump day.
But this is not the camel day.
Oh,
Not
yeah, it's
today.
not today.
This is the giraffe day.
Yeah,
today.
a famous giraffe is saying, move over Hump Day Campbell, it's my
Yeah.
day.
Yeah, it's my day. And Jeffrey lovers are pretty excited. If you don't remember who Jeffrey is, he's the Toys R Us mascot, and Jeffrey is back.
Okay, so do you remember Toys R Us? Oh my God, I lived for Toys R Us when I was a child.
You'd have probably walked around Toys R Us when it was really hot.
Yes. My mom was like, y'all are driving me crazy. Let's go to Toys R Us. All right, so Toys R Us actually went bankrupt back in 2018 and closed all their stores.
Their comeback is going to be a little different this time around, though. They are teaming up with Macy's department store. So it's going to be a store within a store. The stores are going to be different sizes depending on where they are located. They might be about 1,000 square feet or up to 10,000 square feet.
And
Yeah.
they might even add more space as the holiday gets closer. Now, Jeffrey, I love this part. Jeffrey the giraffe with Toys R Us will be there to greet you starting later this month in some areas. Do you remember the Toys R Us commercials? Like, I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. What was it? We have a million toys
Yep.
to play with.
I want to be a Toys R Us
I want to
kid.
be, yeah.
You know, and we were kind of talking about this the other day that Macy's may have to make some adjustments at the door so Jeffrey can get in.
I know, he's just going to have to
He's
like,
going to have to duck a lot.
He's gonna have to
So
duck a
I think
lot.
Macy's ought to raise the door so Jeffrey can get in there and hang out.
I love it when like
That's gonna be
90s
fun.
nostalgia comes
Yeah.
back, 80s, 90s nostalgia comes back. We're really good at doing that in our decade that we're in now, the 2020s, bringing our.
Well, I've said it to all you young people many, many times. You listen to these commercials, and what music do you have on these commercials?
What music?
It's music from the 80s and the 70s. We don't have none of this 2020 stuff on commercials.
Oh my gosh!
All
well,
these commercials you have come out,
Dave-
it's like great stuff.
David
But
Sears
speaking
always.
of modern day music, can you name any Harry Styles songs? for me?
Yes,
Come on.
I am a massive Harry Styles
Okay,
fan.
name
We
me two.
have Sign of the Times. We have music at a sushi restaurant. We have.
That's the name of one of his songs.
it's-
Music
it's-
at a sushi restaurant
It's
is
called.
a song.
Oh my gosh! It's my favorite. It's one of my favorite Harry Styles songs. It's the top
Okay.
of his latest album.
Okay.
It like makes you dance.
Maybe they'll put this class online because you said like you would be really
I
interested in this
actually
class.
really would love
There
to take
is a
this class.
class coming to Texas State, and it's all about Harry Styles. It's just absolutely amazing. So you can learn all his songs, you can learn all about Harry Styles and all the worldly things through the eyes of Harry if you sign up for the Harry Styles class.
Yep, this dude's got his own class. Louis Dean Valencia, Associate Professor of Digital History, apparently loves Styles so much he's going to be teaching the class. The official syllabus title, The Harry Styles and the Cult of Celebrity Identity, the Internet, and the European Pop Culture.
It's a long title. The class is going to cover things like cultural and political development of modern celebrities. They're going to be talking about gender, sexuality, race, globalism, media, and fan culture.
Okay, and the professor said that in an online newsletter that he wants the class to see how the world has changed over the last 12 years through the eyes of Harry Styles, includes his art, creativity, and activism. So Harry, like he started in a boy band, One Direction, David.
And then he went a different direction.
And then he went a different direction. He went on his own direction. And okay, look at his outfit here. Oh, okay, did
I've
you
seen
see it?
I Googled it because I didn't
So-
really know who he was, and he
Oh,
got
okay.
some,
Well, I'm going to give you a crash course
some
right
wild
now.
outfits.
So he was the lead singer, basically, of One Direction,
Okay.
and when he went out and did his own thing, he kind of broke barriers because he was known as like, you know, this handsome, hunky, like all the girls loved him in One Direction. But then he is actually a very like flamboyant dresser and broke boundaries.
noticed that.
He wore, I believe, a skirt on the cover of Vogue at one point, because he's all about, you know, like I don't think there should be barriers on what men and women wear. And he's like, you know, I can be masculine at the same time, wear like a dress. And so I love that for him so much.
You could actually teach the classes. Sounds like.
You know, I might just ask if I can do
So
like a.
if Professor Valencia doesn't
Okay, but
show
this
up
is
one
not
day,
going to
they'll just call
be.
you.
This is not going to be one of those easy blow-off classes, just because it's like fun. It's probably gonna be fun. But I took a class similar like this in college, where it was like a class on like women and media, on like race and culture, and it was probably one of the hardest classes. It's a
Really?
lot of reading, a lot of like intense writing. Critical thinking. I know we don't like to critically think anymore. It was hard.
Man, where was I? I was taking economics.
Oh no. See, I was like,
And
nope. no science, no math for
English
me.
and writing and journalism and those kind of classes.
Yeah, I took, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just check. Well, if you can't teach the class, then you can sign up for it. I think the class starts in spring of 2023, so it's
Okay.
it's in the spring semester of this coming year, not the
All right, I'm
fall
keeping my
semester.
eye on it.
So you got it.
I got it.
You got it. Harry Styles. Oh,
I
my
love
goodness.
Harry. His concert tickets are so expensive, though. All
See,
right.
you could do that.
What?
You could teach that in the class. How much are his concert tickets?
Oh my gosh, they're ridiculous.
Yeah, good.
I mean, everyone's gonna make
Good-
money, I guess,
good.
right?
That'd be a good quiz question.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow at 11. Thank you, David. This was fun.
It was a blast. I never knew that much about Harry Styles.
Well, now
Learned a
you
lot.
know.
So there you
Crash
go.
course.
There you go. And Toys R Us are back. What else do you need?